This wonderful print is by Emile Daumier. There's his little tiny signature in the corner, a French artist, painter, and printmaker. He's showing these lovers of prints and art examining a portfolio full of prints that they've pulled out one by one. And behind them, we see all of these artworks in frames stacked up, crammed along the wall, and we see their marvelous expressions of engrossed attention and curiosity, absorption, wanting to learn. This is what you want to have in this class. And this is your job as an art historian, right? So this artwork actually models how we study artworks, the kind of attention that we're going to give to them, and the process of close reading that will be so essential. So if you're learning what is art history, what you're really learning is how do you do art history? How do you study artworks? This passage of text is a very good summary of what exactly is the job of a student of art history. And they start by saying there are many ways to appreciate works of art. You could just simply enjoy them, which maybe is what the print lovers are doing. But in art history, we have a specific approach with its own goals and its own methods of assessment and interpretation. Simply put, art historians seek to understand the meaning of art from the past within its original context. That's critical. Not from like how we feel about it, what we think of it, but actually in the time that it was made, what was the purpose, what was the response, the production and reception of art. So they explain that as how that art was meaningful from the point of view of the producers, the artists or the architects, and notice they include the patrons as producers. The people who pay for the making of the artwork are also shaping what it will become. And then also from the point of view of its consumers, its original audience. As you may have guessed just from kind of mulling that over, there's a lot that goes into that. Because you have to be thinking about the artwork as a physical object and a visual expression, but you also have to be thinking about the time period in which it was made, the culture that gave rise to it, and how it was speaking to that time period. So there's a nice 4-step process. It's like they're saying if you're going to dissect an artwork, these are the 4 cuts you make in order to examine it. You assess the physical properties first. You do an analysis of visual or formal structure, and then when you've moved from the physical and the visual, then you start to think about subject matter, what it represents, and how that might involve symbolism that's conventional, which means you don't naturally know what the symbols mean. In order to understand the symbols, you need to have integration within cultural context. You need to know about the world of the artist and the artwork, the way people lived, who were the people that were expected to look at this and what they cared about.